So Sargon, I guess because he saw it went so well for Ben Shapiro, has a video talking about the W.A.P. W.A.P. I don't know what the W.A.P. wet ass P word music video is. Whatever. I guess he's gonna talk about it. So let's see what it is. W.A.P. stands for, like, wet ass. Ben Shapiro would call it a P word. I don't know if it's TOS. Someone in chat, let him know what W.A.P. stands for.
There's nothing funny about
wet ass P word. Thank you to Random Invite for 25 bits. Does watching him talk about this count as self-harm or cyberbullying? So, I don't know what Sargon's gonna say about this, but should be interesting.
So you may be aware of Cardi B's song W.A.P, which stands for Wet Ass Pussy. I know about this because of Ben Shapiro's reaction to this. I had no idea who Cardi B was. Apparently a famous pop star. This has had 100 million views in a week, so I mean, you know, there's famous people know about this. This is something that's widely discussed, and Ben Shapiro's response to this was to ask his doctor wife if it was possible for women to literally get so wet that they need a mop and bucket to clean it up. Which led
Ben Shapiro completely misunderstanding what hyperbole is.
To the left-wing internet, and the internet in general, actually, pointing out that Ben Shapiro probably shouldn't be asking a doctor about women getting wet, and in fact, he might be the one drying up all the pussies. And basically, he walks straight into it and gets what he deserves. It's...
Yeah, someone I think has a link to the Ben Shapiro thing.
In this house.
They set it to music! Yes, I'm here for this.
Some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. I said certified freak. 7 days a week. Wet ass P word. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you effin' with some wet ass P word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P word. Give me everything you've got for this wet ass P word. Beat it up, N-word, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P word right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P word is wet, come take a dive. And continue along these lines. And it gets significantly more vulgar. Like, a lot more vulgar.
I love it. I love it. So why are you covering this, Sargon, if you agree that Ben was being an idiot? I'm very curious.
I mean, I've only watched this video once before doing this, so I'm going to go through it and just see what I can see. But the thing is obviously metaphorical. You know, she's obviously describing a metaphorical state. This is obviously not literal, Ben. No one thought it was literal, Ben. You don't have to ask your doctor what medical condition a woman would have if literally...
Can I just point out that when Sargon of fucking Akkad is pointing out that what you're saying is stupid, or maybe you're looking at it from a completely wrong angle, perhaps take a look in the mirror and change everything about your life. Not great.
Actually, gallons of juice was coming out onto the floor. Come on, man. Come on. But anyway, let's go through this and see what we can see. This just screams class, doesn't it? I love it. It's a giant mansion.
Oh, wait. Oh, God. You're doing the same thing he did, though. Sargon, it's supposed to be kind of, like, funny and, like, tacky. That's the point. You're literally making the same mistake Ben did. Right after you just made fun of him for making that mistake. Oh, look at these statues of women having water come out of their nipples. That's not very classy, is it? No, it's for a music video. They built it for the music video. It's funny. Like, what?
Created with W.A.P on it. And statues of women who are squirting water out of these enormous tits. Just It's like a parody.
You got it. Yep. Yep.
There's nothing
The
funny
statues
about
aren't real. I mean, they're real in the sense that they made them for these music videos, but Sargon, it's supposed to be, like, crazy and ridiculous. Saying it's like a parody? Like, yeah, pretty much. You nailed it. It's making fun of, like, affluent, dumb statues. Squid with 100 bits, but Sargon, why can you understand that this is using metaphor, but can't understand that the Matrix uses metaphor to illustrate its point as an allegory, you idiot? True.
If I were going to make a parody, that's what this would have. It might be hard to see, but there's water coming out from under the door, and the steps is pouring down the steps. What am I watching? Right, and so the music starts, and the very first sort of lyric we can hear is a repeating loop that goes throughout the background of almost this entire song. That's just a guy saying, "Whores in this house, there's some whores in this house." And as you can see, we've gone in through the door, and the floor's covered. It's like, right. Again, this kind of seems like a satire to me.
I'm imagining him watching, like, Monty Python's The Holy Grail, and he's like, something's telling me this may be a parody film. Sargon, it's supposed to be silly. It's like a silly, they're not being serious. Like, why are you making fun of Ben Shapiro when you clearly are having the same problem? Do you think they're like, alright, we're gonna make a serious music video about vaginal moistness. What are we gonna do? No. It's supposed to be silly and funny and, like, kinda like, They're so wet that the house is flooding, like the movie Jumanji. Like, that's the joke. Good job, you get it, Sargon. Except you also don't get it?
I find it interesting that the you can see the hallway is, like, you know, weird and sort of like Alice in Wonderland style, where it's strange angles and nothing symmetrical or flat and what it's supposed to be. But this seems like a parody to me. But let's carry on. I guess these would be the whores. I mean, what else am I supposed to think? By the way that they're dressed and the music that's playing.
Yes! Yes! Like, he's like, I don't know. Like, this would be like if I was watching, like, Spaceballs, and I was like, trying to drink air from a can, President Scroob. This is almost parody. You couldn't get enough oxygen out of a can. Like, yeah, it's tongue-in-cheek, friendo. Like, what do you think this is?
It's literally saying whores in this house, whores in this house. And then these two...
Soily1 with a link? Hold on, let me see what this is.
How does it make you feel when I say the word moist? Moist.
Please stop.
Moist.
Yeah, you're good.
What? I haven't really watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I have no idea what the context for that is.
Scantily clad, shall we say? Women, come along. Now, and just for the record, turquoise is literally the worst colour that exists out of all of the colours. Every single colour is better than turquoise. Just a gold ass on the wall. An ass made out of solid gold.
Like, does Sargon not understand that you're supposed to be, like, laughing at this because of the ridiculousness? Yes, you get it. Yep. You get it. Is he, like, so in this headspace of thinking he's smarter than everyone that he thinks he literally lives in idiocracy where everyone's like, yeah, ass. And people aren't going like, golden ass, that's funny. Like, Sargon, no, that's the point. You've gotten the joke. Stop patting yourself on the back for getting the joke.
With the music singing, there's holes in this house. It's like, wow. This whole house is pretty slutty, isn't it? A gold ass. It's literally saying there's some whores in this house, and look at
Yes! Yes! It's them! Sargon, you get it! Congratulations! Stop self-filleting over the fact that you get, like, the joke.
these two, I don't know, ladies of the night? I don't know what I'm supposed to say. But I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't bring any money. Gold tits that are spouting water. I guess it would have been too weird to have had water coming out of the back of the gold ass, wouldn't it? That would have been too weird, but this is not too weird. This is totally normal. And, like, talk about feminist. What are we doing? Well, we've reduced a woman to the component parts of titties and ass.
Yeah, it's like being absurd. It's being absurd, Sargon. It's a song. No one tells Sargon about the song Anaconda, by the way. Sargon, that's the joke? That's the joke. This is almost worse than the Ben Shapiro one, because Ben Shapiro has very little self-awareness, and he's, like, real uptight. He's like, I'm Ben Shapiro, my wife's a doctor, oh, they're talking about wet-ass pee. But, like, Sargon's here is going into this going like, Ben Shapiro, you crazy person, you just don't get it. And then he goes on to do 20 minutes of also not getting it.
And it's attached to a whore. And that's all she is. Like, it just looks like it's undoing, like, the last 30 years of feminist activism. Good
No.
job. I'm actually finding myself wondering, in the age of the internet, what's the point of titillating videos when literally you can just see more sex than you will ever be able to watch in your lifetime?
I haven't seen this music video, but from the screenshots I've seen here, it's pretty clear that they're making fun of that sort of overly gratuitous sexuality. Don't get me wrong, part of it's playing into it, but, like, this is clearly tongue-in-cheek. They know what they are doing. That's the joke, Sargon.
At the drop of a hat. Well, I actually really do find this
funny about
Toeen24 with 100 bits. I think because the song is made by two people of color, Sargon is doing a racism and thinks they can't be smart enough to do a parody. Maybe.
bizarre now, because it's like, look, if I'm feeling horny and I want to watch porn, then I'll just watch porn. I mean, there's so much of it free on the internet.
Sargon, you're not supposed to jerk off to this video. You're supposed to laugh at it like you're doing. Like, it's supposed to be funny. It's gratuitous to the extreme. Purposely? I feel like I'm a fucking broken record at this
Why
point.
wouldn't I? You know? Like, so, like, hey, I'm wearing this low-cut top. Look at my boobs. Bitch, you know? Like, your boobs are not the first, they're not the last, and they're certainly not the best that I'm going to see. So, I mean, I don't mean to be...
I mean, if you're into, like, big old titties, those certainly are some pretty big boobs, right? Like, if that's what you're going for, like...
be dismissive, but, like...
I just find it weird that Sargon's criticizing her body when she, like, clearly has, like, crazy titties.
This is not for me. I don't get it. I don't get what's appealing here. She's bragging about her pussy. My pussy isn't wet and gushy. Makes them pull-out game weak.
I'm imagining Sargon listening to the one song where it's, I'm too sexy for, you know, that song. And then going, they say they're too sexy for your cat. What does that even mean? That's the joke, Sargon.
If I was a musician and I was writing songs about my amazing dick and how women go mad for it, you know, basically my average Saturday night, well, I would think that might be an interesting brag. I might also think, are other people going to think I'm weird? That all I do is sing about my junk?
I mean, if it was a good song and it was entertaining and the music video was funny, it would be fine. Like the song Anaconda, which is by... oh gosh, I'm forgetting her name. But, like, that's a song about a dude with a big dick, right? And it samples Sir Mix-a-Lot. Like, there are songs about big dicks, Sargon. Nicki Minaj, thank you.
Do you have nothing more to talk about than your own pussy? I just...
Cardi B has other music, Sargon.
And the thing is, there's nothing fucking unique about your pussy, love. Just so you know, like, everyone that is a woman has a pussy, everyone's a man has a dick. They're just not worth talking about, really. There'd have to be something really exceptional.
Sargon, in the 20 minutes you filmed this, did you think even once that maybe you were overthinking this silly, fun music video? Do you think that maybe you're taking it too seriously, a lot like Ben? Because so far the only difference between you and Ben is that Ben is too afraid to say the P word, right? You seem to be fine, which is great. Good for you. But, like, you're making the same exact mistakes he did.
About it to write a song. I mean, I suppose her one can, you know, gush all the way down always and stuff, so, you know, that is pretty exceptional. But so the lyrics at this point are just literally her saying, I want to get fucked, which is fine, and you can see from the very subtle imagery that that's what they're going for. I find this kind of cringe, to be honest.
It's tongue-in-cheek, Sargon. So
I can't stop laughing.
Yeah, congrats. That's the point. It succeeded.
The way that... I mean, she makes it sound like this guy is chained up or something. Like he's just laying there and he is doing nothing himself. And she's kind of, like, just crawling on different parts of him, just humping parts of his body. Just like, you know, all right, hump that for a bit. It's like... It doesn't sound very interactive, is what I'm saying. I do wonder if this is kind of just a case of someone being really horny on the internet, and it's just, you know, like, we're hearing about she wants to do all this, do all that, do that. It's like, dude, go and have a wank. Like, just go and get it out of your system, then make a video. Oh, Jesus Christ, what a hideous color combination. Like, I just look...
It's supposed to be striking, Sargon. You're not supposed to think that it's...
Looking at that as a scene. I mean, if the turquoise wasn't bad...
This is like self-parody. We're gonna watch this whole goddamn thing. This is 20 minutes of Sargon fucking Draxing it up. Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy just... point after point going over his fucking head.
Enough with the bizarre angles. That's at least interesting to look at. But this is horrific. This is absolutely hideous to look at. It's not like quirky and interesting, like with the sideway, you know, the leaning corridor that was.
It is though
as well. But what a glaring color combination. And things, the set kind of looks like a sort of 80s Saturday morning kids adventure show. Like this. Oh god, it's horrible to look at. What fucking... Like, is she trying to be sexy? Like, oh, the whole scene is screaming avert your eyes, and you guys are like, hey, look at us, we're really sexy. It was better before, to be honest. Park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Big Mac truck. Is that what we're calling it?
Big, Mac truck. Mac is a brand of truck, Sargon. They're saying that it's a Mac truck that is big, and it's a penis. They're comparing a penis to a Mac truck. Does he think that she said Big Mac truck, like it's a truck full of McDonald's Big Macs? Sargon, I understand that when you're making some stupid argument that your audience thinks is, like, correct, your smugness probably comes off as to make you look confident and correct. But when you are so clearly wrong, and you often are wrong, but, like, here it's, like, blatantly obvious that you're wrong and you're just reaching for, like, things to criticize, while also misunderstanding the point of the video and, like, what it's going for, it just makes you look like a cunt. It just makes you look like an asshole. Like, it just makes you look like a weirdo who doesn't get humans.
I can't use this on my wife later on. But yeah, so far we're a minute in, and all I'm getting from this is that these two ladies are having a big case of the horny, and yeah, that's something that you really need to make this big video about.
Would Sargon watch, like, Sir Mix-a-Lot's I Like Big Butts and go, look at all this imagery of peaches that he's standing upon. This Sir Mix-a-Lot, excuse me, have you even been knighted, sir, by the Queen? I would like to see your royal title. Maybe have a wank, instead of making a music video about how you like big butts. You're taking it too seriously. Stop.
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. My god. Okay, so women now bring nothing more to the table than their wet-ass pussies, and you're supposed to marry that. Because I tell you what, if this is talking about...
The absolute state of women in this world. I get all my information about women from the music video Wet Ass Pussy. You know what? Fuck it. I hope, maybe the planet will, die and all humans on it will die. I hope the only historical record aliens find is the music video Wet Ass Pussy. And I hope they have to reconstruct what our entire civilization was about based on it. Fuck it.
How you got a ring? I don't think this is the way to go about it. I'm just saying,
Doomer brain wants humanity to cease.
as a man, I'm looking at this and not thinking marriage material.
Sargon, this woman has more money than you will ever have in your life. I'd imagine she's also pretty self-confident, she's good at her job, and she could be with basically whoever she wants. I don't think you're in danger, Sargon. I don't think she wants to fuck with some gross, right-wing, racist UKIP failed candidate. Like, what? You're not in any danger, Sargon. Don't worry about it.
Like, I'm not looking at this and thinking, well, I can't wait for her to be my chaste and loyal wife. Not putting across the right signals. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to judge. I'm not trying to be a dick. But come on. You're not exactly presenting yourselves as the kind of women who get rings at the end of what it is you're doing here. Sorry. So I'm trying to follow along with the lyric.
Is Cardi B married? It doesn't matter. I'm just curious now that he said that. Cardi B married? Or is she dating someone? Kiari Kendall Cephas, known professionally as Offset, is an American rapper and songwriter. He's a member of the hip-hop and trap music trio Migos alongside his cousin Quavo and his cousin once removed Takeoff. He is an investor in esports organization Faze Clan and is married to Cardi B. So Cardi B's married.
And this appears to be like some kind of sexual Karen who's going to tell you exactly what you have to do at all times. And
sexual Karen. Does Sargon know the word dominatrix, or is that just not something he's ever found? Like online or in any context? Sexual Karen? It's like, can we start a new thing? Sexual Karens. It's like a light dominatrix who just verbally accosts you and says they want to speak to the manager of your penis.
I mean, I just find that a bit of a turn-off. Just stop telling me what to do. I'm the man here, and I'm the guy doing stuff. How about you shut up? I don't really...
Sargon likes to be bound. I almost guarantee it.
You want some woman Karening at me while we're trying to have sex? Like, you can show me that you're enjoying it without saying a goddamn word, and that's what I expect, you know? Like, don't sit there telling me this and that and the other. Like, this isn't a negotiation. I don't care if you've got a list of demands. Like...
Sounds like your wife's probably very satisfied with your sexual relationship, Carl.
I'm not a fucking assistant at Walmart. Shut the fuck up. They keep saying the words wet and gushy, or gooshy, but the background and the, like, doing a sexy dance when what looks like you're in, like, the kids program Funhouse, I don't know, it's just really jarring for me. I'm not getting it. I'm not digging the vibe here. this screams anti-sex appeal to me. Like, these really solid and contrasting colours. This, I mean, it looks industrial, right? Like, what pipes and everything? Like, what are you doing? Like, this doesn't scream.
I'd imagine the pipes are to be like they're moving fluid. It's like a thematic connection to the whole idea of like gushing wetness. Sargon.
Intimacy to me. At this point, she's essentially bragging about how much money she's made with her vagina. Like, the guy's paid for her tuition because she looks like she's at a university, doesn't she? He pays for her lifestyle and everything she's got using her vagina. It's like, that's amazing. That's amazing how you can be such a successful prostitute. I didn't realize prostitutes could be that successful.
They're very successful escorts. Like, especially in places where it's legal. Yeah.
But they can. And isn't that a brave new world? Isn't that a good example to young women everywhere, feminists?
Yeah. If you want to be a sex worker and you can do it safely, that's fine. Feminism, at least I guess it would depend. There's sex negative and sex positive, like, feminism. But, like, I think most feminists would agree if you are doing it safely, preferably in a place where it is legal and there's regulation, in places where you can do it safely and have recourse if someone mistreats you, a client, then great, go do you. Sex work, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't stigmatize sex work, Sargon. Who cares?
Don't you want them growing up and being like, yeah, you can be like Cardi B. Get men to pay for everything because you have sex with them.
Sargon? Hold on. Cardi B net worth. Oh boy. Her net worth at $8 million, Sargon. She's 8 times more wealthy than you. I'm sure she's really having other people pay for everything. Carl Benjamin, net worth. Yours is, last time I checked, 750,000 or something. Carl Benjamin's net worth, 700,000. So she makes over 8 times what you make, Sargon. Or rather, her net worth is over 8 times. So, what the fuck you talking about?
That's empowerment. So there's a break in the song, and this woman in leopard print has turned up. I don't know who she is. And then she goes into a room with a leopard. So, obvious symbolism. But, okay. What's coming next? Jesus fucking Christ.
That hairdo's fucking amazing. I haven't seen this music video. God damn, look at that.
I totally don't dig leopard print. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't look good in my mind, especially when it's everywhere. And
Sargon, it's intentionally tacky. What don't you get?
Doing. So
why don't
point,
you understand this?
And I agree.
Yeah, that's she's wearing like stuff on, but still
just
potentially
like,
TOS.
It's like, okay. Yeah, I mean, I believe that you do, but I think that I'm going to be prudent and refuse, Cardi. I'm sorry, I'm not. I appreciate, you're a attractive woman. You've got all of this wealth because of your vagina, and I don't really want to contribute my wealth to it.
Look, you can say whatever you want about Cardi B, whether you like her or not. She hasn't made all of her money because of her body, right? She's still talented at what she does. Jesus Christ, Sargon. I get that a lot of her material, like, leans into that, the sexuality angle, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But, like, let's not pretend that it doesn't take skill to do what she does. Come on.
Kind of need mine. I think you've done well enough. I'm not, and,
I already did the Doyle thing, so if you're here for that, it's over. It'll be on my YouTube channel later if you want to watch it. I did that a while ago.
Like, I have cleanliness issues with what I'm watching here. It doesn't feel very clean, and I don't think I'm going to walk away from this unscathed. I should have looked up, like, who directed this and wrote this and all this sort of stuff, because I just wonder, like, whose vision of sexiness and sexuality is this? Because this is not what I'm looking for in a woman,
Sargon, not everything is made for you. I don't care what your personal, like, sexual interests are.
Myself, like, I don't really want a prostitute who's got herself a mansion using her vagina. It's not going to get a ring, basically, from me.
She's married, Sargon. She's fucking married. Not everyone's a weirdo like you.
No ring from me. 0 rings. In the middle of her talking about how much sex she wants and how she wants it, they've got this fat leopard. Like, what a chunky boy. Fat leopards, Cardi B, a study by Sargon. I've got to admit, I'm liking the aesthetic of the white tiger a lot more than the gold leopard print everywhere. I think this is generally nicer on the eyes, and the white tiger doesn't seem to be so overweight. So that's good. I don't really have much comment on her talking about her wet and gushy vagina. It's just really funny. I just can't stop laughing. Just like I can't imagine writing an ode to my own dick and horniness.
Well, you're not, like, a musician or talented, so of course you can't, Sargon. Nicki Minaj already did a song about a big dick. It's called Anaconda. It's pretty good. Go check it out. You can write songs about dicks and vages and have them be, like, you know, good songs.
Right? This is such a weird thing to do. And if this was a guy writing something similar about himself, I would be deeply embarrassed for that person. So if I was a woman watching something like, oh, Cardi, Jesus Christ. You know, you really...
Well, you probably wouldn't if someone wrote a song like this about their dick, like, let's say instead of, like, wet ass pussy, it's like, hard ass cock. I'm gonna write a song about my big, hard dick. It would probably be tongue-in-cheek, just like this is. And if you found that to be cringe, that's fine. But Sargon, I'd imagine you'd find it cringe because you don't get that it's a joke, right? It's tongue-in-cheek. It's like being hyperbolic and silly.
Really demystifying.
Squid with 100 bits. Maybe he can't imagine writing an ode to his dick because everything he does is stroking his own ego. He's become desensitized.
The thing, right? You know, it's part of the mystique that is what men are attracted to in women and womanliness. Putting it all out like this, you're really kind of demystifying it and disenchanting it. And
disenchanting. Sargon, do you find all vaginas enchanting? Because that's interesting.
Making it seem a lot less interesting than you could make it seem. I mean, this is just kind of like the song of the meat market, isn't it? Like, here you go. Here we've got a pound of pussy. It's wet. Don't know how many times it's been used, but you can have it for however much money because that's how this works. Like, I don't know, man. I just can't believe that feminists are okay with this. And I saw feminists.
They are. I mean, I don't mean to... feminism is a complicated, you know, group, and there's going to be subgroups, but I'd imagine most self-described feminists are fine with it. Feminism involves people being able to do what they want, right? And if Cardi B wants to make this hilarious video, with 101 million views, by the way, about her genitals, great. That's awesome. Good for her.
Saying this was empowering. Ooh. Empowering, right? Okay, is what we're saying. This is what empowerment looks like, ladies. You know, just follow Cardi B's lead, I guess. I've got to say, the fact that she's like, get a bucket and mop is actually really funny. What a weird phrase to use. Like, you know, like what a weird set of words to bring up in the bedroom. Like, yeah, the phrase bucket and mop made it into a sex song. I just don't find them to be sexy words, you know. But again, I just want to stress, the aesthetic here, the colour scheme is disgusting. Turquoise and hot pink.
That's the point!
So she's literally just telling us how wet and gushy her pussy is, likening it to macaroni in a pot. Honestly, I want to go back to the bucket and mop metaphor. Macaroni in a pot. That's how you describe your...
They're talking about, you know, the stirring macaroni noise. I think most people here know what I'm talking about.
Is this like the Zoomer version of American Pie, right? Like, like what the fuck are we talking about? So there's like a break in the music. It carries on playing. There's some whores in this house, and we're introduced to a new selection of whores. Which, why not? Why wouldn't she be a madam running a boudoir or however it's pronounced? Why wouldn't
A bordello? A brothel?
she be creating more whores with wet and gushy pussies? It's just, I can't wait until this has to be given awards for like best black music of 2020 and things like that. Yeah,
They don't usually give awards by race, Sargon, you fucking idiot.
Cardi B's wet ass pussy deserves all these awards. But I don't think this is going to age well, right? I think at some point we're going to look back on this and go, wow, this was actually kind of gross. Like, I don't want to talk about her macaroni in a pot being wet and gushy. The thing that is weird about this is it's such aggressive femininity. I'm wondering what kind of masculinity they're viewing in opposition or as a counterpart to it. Because, like, you would either have to, like, if you're going to play the dominant role, then you're looking for a kind of weak, submissive masculinity. I don't really get what's happening here, because there's a woman in a white and black room who's just, does the splits and is bending over and stuff, like they've been doing, and they're looking at her with these expressions, and this is somehow weird, and I just don't really get what that's meant to say. And then what, that this is too far for them? She hasn't said a goddamn word about her own vagina at this point. I refuse to believe that's more than you guys can handle. Come on, you talked a really big game right up until this point. What are you going for now? Like, where are you going? I was getting my bucket and mop, and then they have the most undignified little sort of like turkey stagger out of this because they're in these stupid heels, and they don't exactly look like they're big on running anyway. So it's like the whole thing is, I don't know, just like a big parody, man. It's like a giant parody.
It's supposed to be funny! You fucking moron!
Of women's sexuality and the fact that women use their sexuality to acquire resources, eventually aspiring to a ring, I suppose. And I mean, I would be embarrassed by this if I was a woman. If I was a woman, I'd be like, look, shut the fuck up. This is cringe. You're giving the game away. You're making us all sound really bad, and that means we ain't going to get those rings, right? And if women are interested in getting rings, which seems to be at one point at least in this video, well, not sure this is the way to go about it.
She's married, Sargon. Jesus fucking Christ.
Comments on this are amazing because, like, it's just all of them roasting the video.
No, this person says the radio version gonna be straight instrumental, making fun of the fact that it's pretty raunchy. Nobody, Kylie Jenner, coming out like she was gonna start giving us more spitting bars, lyrical melodies than Roddy Ricch. Music stops. Kylie dramatically enters. Kylie dramatically exits. Kylie looks like the person that doesn't do any part of the project but still came to... they're having fun with the silly music video, Sargon. Do you understand how laughing with something is different than laughing at something?
Everything is just a roast on it. 2 minutes of silence for people who searched for wireless application protocol and found this, yeah. I'm so glad they censored the lyrics. Now I can watch with the whole family. Like, this, like, yeah, let's be honest, we're just coming through the comment section. The comments are really, really funny on this. I only wanted to know how to make waffles and pancakes. So in conclusion, the impression I've come away with is that this video exists purely to denigrate women. If I had made this would be called the greatest work of misogynist propaganda.
It's almost like context matters.
That had ever existed. However, because it was made by the approved people, this is actually now stunning and brave and evidence of women's empowerment.
This would be like him saying, hold on. Spencer Hayes 123, thanks for following. This would be like him saying, let's imagine that there was some like African American creator who made a music video that was making fun of like Jim Crow blackface stuff and was making fun of that and was showing that it was stupid in like a really hyperbolic way. And then, excuse me, and then Sargon going, if I made a video in blackface, people would think it was... Yeah, because the context of who's making it and why they're making it fucking matters, Sargon. I'm sorry reality is concerning to you, but that's what it is.
Revert to your most animalistic self. That's what the message here is. And that's definitely right. Don't think for yourself.
I think the message is, hey, bop along to this fucking song about my pussy. I think that's the message, Sargon. I think you're trying to read too far into the...
And have any kind of self-possession. Just literally be a begging whore who's desperate for anyone to fuck her. That's class. That's what women should be, according to Cardi B. I mean, as a misogynist, I actually don't think that women are disgusting pieces of meat that just leak juices and are there to be fucked. I actually think they might have more about them than that, but that's because I hate women, you see. I'm the disgusting misogynist here. This is the empowerment, the good example for young women everywhere. So don't listen to me, listen to Cardi B. Take her advice on board, and this will set you up for life. And this...
God, Sargon's such a fucking idiot.